What's up, guys?
Welcome back. So today we got a Tesla.
Our special guest today is going to be Andrew. He is the Tesla owner who is gracious enough to let us do a fantastic review on this car. As well as the review, we're going to have kind of like a question, a little bit of questionnaire, and then hopefully we answer some of your questions if you have any about Tesla.
It's going to have like a marathon of Tesla videos that we all know. So what we plan to do, obviously a walk around in my Model S, and I'd like to share with you guys just a little bit about Tesla and what makes them special. I'm sure you've heard a lot of different things, and just to clear the air, it'd be nice to talk about it for a little bit. And then we'll do a little bit of driving around, show you some of the speed and some of the fun of driving a Tesla Model S. And we'll just have a great time while doing it. So.
Let's do it. This Model S, it does belong to our friend Andrew. This car actually has about 69,000 miles. What year is this?
This is a 2013.
You want to give us a quick little rundown about the Tesla?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Tesla has obviously been a big name in the automotive industry just for how disruptive they've been. So for the longest time, cars have run on combustion engines, so typical engine block which goes to drive shaft, transmission, all that. Teslas are all electric, so the motor actually doesn't sit in the front of the car, it sits right by the wheel. And Tesla is so named because Nikola Tesla, the inventor from the early 1900s, is the one who actually pioneered the idea behind the AC electric motor, which is used in Tesla cars. So, a little bit more about the company. It was founded in 2003, and currently in their lineup there is the Model S, the Model X, and then there's the upcoming Model 3, which is just now making it into production. We're seeing the first of them come onto the road, and that's going to be a very large production run car for Tesla. Before all of this, though, Tesla had a car called the Roadster, which was actually a collaboration with Lotus. So if you ever see a Lotus-looking car running around with a Tesla badge on it, that's the Roadster. And Tesla kind of builds on this, I don't know if you call it an S-curve, but their production model was basically, they started with the Roadster, which was a $100,000 sports car that ran on electricity, not gas. They used that money to then do the R&D for the Model S, which we have right here. They used the money for that to develop the Model X, which is the SUV-looking Tesla. And now with all that funds together, they've got the money to go into mass production, buy a factory, and now they're producing the Model 3, which is going to be a full-scale, very affordable electric vehicle. The brains behind all this is a guy by the name of Elon Musk. You've probably heard great things about him. I'm a big fan of him myself.
Alright, so what are we looking at, Andrew? What are some cool little quirks or cool little things you found out about the car as you bought it, as you drove it? What are some cool little, gadgets or something that you've noticed?
What makes the Tesla the Tesla?
What makes it tick?
For sure. So I always like to start off with, Teslas don't actually have an ignition or anything like that, so the key fob is actually the mini Model S, and it says Model S on the bottom there for fun. And on the key fob, there's a couple different zones you can press, and what better place to start on the Model S than at the very front. So, since we don't have an engine block up front, we have what's called a frunk. That's a front trunk. And Tesla, this particular Tesla is actually a rear-wheel drive, so they have as much space in the front as it possibly can. But on later editions of the Model S, they of course moved to front-wheel drive, so this back portion that's so heavy in here actually got taken out, and it's more so just there. So looking at the exterior of this guy, the exterior color is actually called gray metallic, or as I like to call it, fighter jet gray, just because we'll see in a second when I call it that. When it's locked, there's no mechanism, how in a car or normal car you have a little peg that goes up and down to show you that it's locked.
Yeah.
When you lock a Tesla, there we go. You can see that the side door handles just kind of slide in and they keep a nice little profile. The windows also fold in, so it's easier to park, or you're not worried about those things getting dinged against other things or people. When you have your trunk, you also have the trunk within the trunk so that you can trunk while you trunk. So you may have noticed the badging on the very back of the car. And this particular Model S is an 85. What that number means is that it's an 85 kilowatt hour battery. So basically, the entire bed of the car is one big array of little lithium-ion batteries. So if you think like a AA or a AAA battery, there's literally thousands of those strung together, and they make up the battery of the car. The total capacity of that battery is 85 kilowatt hours. Now, if you're not an engineer, that basically is just a measure of power and how much can be stored in a battery, and we'll go into that when we actually start driving the car as well. Also in the Model S family, there is a 60, an 85, which is this one. There is a 90, which was on the Model S and is now on the Model X as well. And then there's also a 100 kilowatt hour battery. Now, this one is just a baseline 85 kilowatt hour. But you may have heard of the P100D, the P90D, so there's a couple different aspects to that as well. The P part of it means that the engine or the motor that drives the wheel is performance enhanced, hence P. The D part of it means that there's dual motors in the actual car.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to have Andrew kind of give us an overview of what the interior is like, just some of the gadgets inside that you can use and some of the electronics that it comes with.
So for those of you who have never sat inside of a Tesla, I like to describe it as pretty much a rolling computer or a spaceship on wheels, which is a lot of fun. So the most prominent feature that you're going to notice is this beautiful touchscreen display, which has gotten plenty of, insight. I think a lot of people, when they think of the interiors of Tesla, this is the first thing that pops into mind. And really, this is the kind of control center for the entire car. So along the top here, as you can see, we've got a couple different apps that we have that come preloaded. There has been talk of later in the future there being kind of a operating system inside the car, but we don't have official confirmation from Tesla on that. So for now, we've just got these basics. I like to tell people that I'm a Tesla owner. I'm not a Tesla customer. And the reason I say that is because Tesla really treats you well and kind of like family. So for one, the car is always connected. It has free unlimited data through AT&T, because Tesla loves you. And what this allows the car to do is it's continuously connected. Now, a lot of people will say, hey, that's a big security concern, and that's a completely valid point. But to give you some peace of mind there, to give you a good experience, on all the used Teslas out there, certified pre-owned, there are a couple different things that they lock down to make sure that the car is safe to be tested and driven before it's sold. One of these certain locks was that the car couldn't actually go over 85 miles an hour. There was a soft lock on the car, or the speed, computer, that kept it from going above 85 miles an hour. I read about that online via the forums, and I found out that this is a normal occurrence, and I called Tesla support, and I talked to the guy, say, hey, this is what's going on, my car's limited at 85, and within 20 seconds, the guy's just like, okay, it's fixed. I'm like, what? And so he's like, yeah, your car's continuously connected. I just remoted in, removed the soft lock, and we're good to go. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to spend the next couple hours cleaning chunks of my head off the interior because that just blew my mind. But that gives you an idea. So the car is continuously connected. We've got apps and everything here on the dash. You also get free Slacker radio, so I can call up any song that I like, and then it builds a kind of a station around it. And there's some stations that are curated. The Tesla Top 20, or the owner favorites list, is the top requested songs from Tesla every week. Or at least that's how it was described to me when I took delivery of the car. And yeah, this is just a lot of fun to play around with. This is the really big feature of the interior. Within the dash, there's also the control portion. So this is like the controls of all the different cars. We can control this awesome glass panoramic roof above by just a flip of a switch. So we'll open that up. So get a little bit of that in your life. And if we come back to the dash here, we can do anything that you might expect on a sports or really sporty car. There's variable suspension, so this particular Model S comes with smart air suspension, like you would find on a lot of Mercedes and higher luxury brand cars. And this can be adjusted here. There's also trip computers and different things that you can tootle around with here in the control menu and make it your own, or make this Tesla your Tesla. There's the middle console that we were talking about, and then the dash control is very much spaceship as well. We've got a nice picture of the car right here, standard odometer there, seeing the number of miles that we have. And then these panels on the left and right side are actually variable. So I can change, I have the energy graph up currently, so it shows me how much power I'm spending when I'm driving at any one time. And then on the right, I have my music, but I can easily change that out to like a clock or something like that.
Awesome, guys. So thanks for joining us with Andrew today in the Model S. This has been an awesome time. If you guys have any kind of suggestions, comments, throw them down for us. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. Any kind of shout out would be awesome.
Be on the lookout for more videos. We're going to be doing a lot of work on this car, so we've already got a couple things in the works, and these two guys are the only ones that I trust my car with, so be looking forward to that as well.
Awesome. One more time for Andrew. Thanks again, man. Really appreciate it.
On end results.
Take it easy, guys. Peace.